For the first 23 years and 7, 8 months, 9 months of my life, I actually struggled intensely with discipline. I used to make my homework, I used to study for tests, hence I phenomenally failed college. I used to study for tests the morning before I had to test. I wouldn't even be able to drag myself to my desk the night before. That's how lazy I was. That's how undisciplined I was. And that's how much I struggled with actually being a person of discipline. I was so bad at just sitting down and doing the work because I had all these excuses, distractions, ADHD brain. I don't know if I have ADHD brain, but I feel like I do based on those experiences. And I was never able to do the work. Even when I started making money, I was not even able to do the work I had to do to make money for the clients that I had, so they would retain me, so I would make more money. That's how lazy I was. I would rather play video games. And the reason that was is because I didn't understand the actual trick that has now allowed me to become a productional, I'm like a Chinese Temu worker kid. That's how effective I am at my work. And the reason I actually understand how to become more productive is because I started thinking about what actually creates production. Because I did realize that when I was in certain locations, I would be productive. And then I started to realize that I was in certain locations where I wasn't. When I used to work in the office at a sales agency, and I used to work in the office as a project manager, I was super productive. I did my work. I'd do my work, then I'd leave earlier than everyone else because it would already be finished. And the cool thing is it was sales, so I could leave earlier because it was all production based. If you had finished your work, you'd be good, you could go home. So what I learned from that, I realized I was like, okay, when I'm in an office, I can't work. When I'm at home, when I'm in an office, I can work. When I'm at home, I can't. And then I started sabotaging myself at the office because I would finish my work and then I would maybe watch Netflix there because I would be too lazy to drive home first. And then I started more and more, the Netflix started creeping in. So there is something that I started realizing about a year ago when I was 23 years old and 9 months, 23 years and 9 months old. And the thing I realized is it's called location anchoring. And what a location anchoring actually allows you to do is it allows you to leverage certain locations. And this is psychology, this is neuro-linguistic programming. What this allows you to do is when you're in a certain location and you only do certain actions, that location is going to be bound to those actions subconsciously. You automatically are going to feel a certain way when you come there. Think about going to, maybe you do tennis. Think about going to a tennis field. Are you thinking about the homework you need? Maybe you are, but are you generally thinking about the homework you need to do? No, you're thinking about playing tennis because that's the place where you play tennis. So what I started doing, especially when you work from home, this is super tough. What I had to do is I had to compartmentalize my life. Every day I go to the library to read. I bring my book, I go there. It takes me 10 minutes every single day to walk 5 minutes to the library, walk 5 minutes back. But if I try to read at home, I'm gonna do work. If I sit somewhere else, I'm gonna do something else. If I sit on the couch, I'm gonna play Xbox. I'm gonna play games. I have to check the quick update. I have to make sure everything is updated for what I wanna play tonight. And then I'm like, oh, let me play a little game. That's me, that's how my brain works. When I'm sitting on the other side of my desk, I'm thinking about, oh, let me text my girlfriend. Let me see what's going on with her. How's she doing? So you have to teach yourself location anchoring. I walk to the library, I read my 20 pages, and I walk back, I sit behind my desk, and now I feel like doing work. When I no longer feel like working or I want to take a break, I go somewhere else. I go to a different room. I go to the study. I go to the game room. I take a seat on the couch and I play some games. And when you truly master location anchoring, it's going to allow you to actually raise your productivity. But the way that you actually implement this, and in the last video, I gave the idea. I didn't give the idea and how to implement the idea. So I got some questions around how do you actually implement the idea you just explained. So I'll explain how to actually do that. You teach yourself to be in a certain position. You force yourself. So let's say you want to become more productive. You pick a location in your house where you're going to work. Could be one side of the table, which is my position. There's another side of this table, which is where I sit when I actually want to play games or have some fun or watch some Netflix on my laptop, I literally move to the other side of my desk. Different peripheral vision, different everything. I don't look at the same stuff. Move to the other side of my desk, and now I can do what I want to do. Maybe I want to buy plane tickets. Maybe I want to book a fun trip. That's my personal side. My work side is this side of the desk. So I move to this side of the desk, sit down, do the work I have to do, and then when I no longer feel like working or I'm starting to notice I'm distracted, the way you implement is you immediately move positions. So when you feel such a strong urge to play some games on your phone that it actually starts possessing your mind, walk away from your desk, bring your phone with you, or better yet, put your phone somewhere else when you're working, but bring your phone with you. Maybe you can sit in the kitchen. Doesn't matter, but do not use your phone for personal reasons at your desk. Could be 5 minutes. That's how I started out. I'd be working productive for 5 minutes. I notice, oh, I'm distracted. Go to the toilet, play a game on my phone there, and go sit on the couch and go somewhere else. And then after maybe even 10 minutes of doing that, I'd go back to my desk. 5-10 minutes of work, and slowly you start stretching that. Working like that has allowed me to become so much more productive than I'd ever been before because I understood this place called location anchoring. Now I walk to my desk. The only thing I feel like doing is working. Maybe making a video, maybe making content, making trainings for my team, making trainings for my students, actually closing sales calls myself, delivering work for clients, helping them out with their frameworks, their marketing, content creation, whatever they might need help with. This side of the desk, we sit down, boom, immediately think about work. I have everything that I need to actually do my work properly here, that if I no longer feel like working, I sit on the other side of the desk. I just flip my laptop around, do the work that I want to do, like just do the fun stuff. But also vice versa, it has to be the same. You have to have one place where you play video games. Now when you're there, all you think about is playing video games. This is what helps prevent you from actually getting things like burnout. This is what helps prevent you from bringing your work everywhere. Because also the benefit that I have, if I walk away from this desk, maybe I still think about work a little bit, but my mind is already on something else. I sit down on the couch, I'm like, cool, now we play video games. I sit down on the other side, and I'm like, cool, now we do leisure. Go to the gym, cool, now we train. Go to the library, now we read. And every single moment of that allows you to compartmentalize your work. And then all you have to do from that moment, once you've taught yourself how to anchor those things, which should only take about 2 to 3 months max. If you're like me, it took like 3 months. Once that happens, now you can dictate your entire life. Now you can dictate everything that you want to do. Oh, I don't feel like I work enough. Cool, let me sit behind my desk more. Oh, I feel like I don't read enough. Cool, let me stay in the library longer. Oh, I don't feel like I'm relaxing enough and I notice I'm very stressed. Cool, let me sit on the couch a little bit more. And by compartmentalizing your life like that, that's automatically gonna allow you to become a lot more productive. And it's literal psychology, location-based anchoring. You can look it up, but I haven't really seen anyone use this for work, use this for productivity. I've seen people use this for leisure and all those other things, but I've never really seen people use it for work and being productive. So use this, run with it, take it, leverage it, because it's a cheat code if you're like me, super quick to be distracted.